So I mentioned the simplicity in the recipe. When you work with Sentry and Philadelphia Water Ice, we teach you how to incorporate these products to become successful. And some of that teaching is training you how to make the ice. Our job is to have equipment and product that makes it simple. So you can scale it, you can hire, you can train, and you can work more at the business than in the business. And this product that Philadelphia Water Ice has created really helps take that into account. So all we're going to do, we're going to make a batch of cotton candy ice. So the recipe, if you're using our 12-quart machine, is half a gallon of your base, which I have here, 2.5 pounds of sugar, which I have here, and 2 gallons of water. All right? So if you have our 12-quart machine or our countertop machine, that will be your recipe. If you have our larger machine, our 24-quart machine, you're going to use 1 gallon of this base, 5 pounds of sugar, and 4 gallons of water. So essentially, you're just doubling the recipe that we're using here, and everything is right on the gallon container. So we have 3 ingredients, and one of them is water. So it's very, very simple to what we're doing. Now, anytime I make ice, I want to incorporate everything into one base and then pour it in the machine. So I'm going to take I'm going to have Angelo help out here. Take this, pour this into our water. And then we're going to add our sugar. And then we're going to whisk that up into a solid solution.
So when you're pouring the flavor in, you want to just make sure you get all of it out of your bucket, everything in there. That's part of all your recipe. You don't leave any flavor behind.
Yeah, the syrups will sit on the sides of buckets and the sides of containers. So you want to make sure that you use a spatula to kind of extract that off the sides into your tub. The reason that we blend the sugar in, okay? Sugar, if you're putting dry sugar into your machine, it'll wear and eat the plastic parts of your equipment a little bit quicker. So by mixing this in and kind of dissolving the sugar into the solution, it's a little less harsh on the equipment. I do have customers who pour the sugar in, pour the base in, and pour the water in and let the machine mix it. That's fine. Just understand you may have to change your blades and some of your wearable parts a little bit more often if you do that. Once you feel like you have it whisked up and ready to go, you can pour it into your machine. Notice that when I do this, I use kind of a round, clear container. This helps me to see the product that I'm mixing, make sure that nothing's settled on the bottom of our container, so when we pour it in, we know we're getting everything in there. Okay. So in our machine, we have a very large fill mouth. This helps when you're pouring product in, you have a lot of room to work with, okay? We have a single latch door. Your dasher is removable. We have a shaft seal that goes on the back of our dasher. This will get lubricated during cleaning. This ensures that no product escapes into the back of our machine. We use a 3-blade system in our 12-quart machine and a 6-blade system in our 24-quart machine. This helps that this blade is only responsible for its 2.5 inch space here. That makes sure and allows us to get proper scraping so our ice crystal is nice and smooth and clean. It also ensures that as we're extracting the product, which you'll see at the end here, all the product is off the cylinder wall and into our tub. That increases our yield, increases our consistency, and cuts down the rinse time between batches. So we have 3 blades here, a front, a middle, and a back. When I put our dasher back into the machine, I want to make sure that our back blade is at the bottom here of the machine. Almost like it's 6 o'clock if I'm looking at this as a clock, okay? And I could push this in and turn until it locks in place. And you'll know it locked in place because it becomes harder to turn because the feeder shaft is engaged into the drive shaft. Okay? I can shut our door, lock it by turning our cam to the right. And then we have a face in the front here. Your knob will be removed. You can kind of wiggle that off. You see our gate shield has an O-ring. This O-ring will get lubricated with food-safe Petrogel, just like that shaft seal. Okay? Just take a little film, slide it around, can be removed to clean. There's a block in here that engages into the front of the door shield. We'll pop this back on, put our knob on, screw it on until we're tight. For more product-specific videos on our equipment, how to clean them, how to operate them, some wearable part changing, troubleshooting guides, you can visit our website at sentryequipment.net, S-E-N-T-R-Y equipment.net. Right? So our machine is together. Rule number one in making batch, I always want to have a bucket underneath, just in case I didn't put everything tight together when I'm adding product. If it's leaking, I want it to leak into this bucket. As you can see, when you work with Philadelphia Water Ice, they give you nice branded buckets so you can help market the product in your store. So I'll have Angelo pour this product in. So we're doing a cotton candy here. Nice part about this particular cotton candy is it's pink. It's a cool color, a great flavor. When you're working with Philadelphia Water Ice, with this new product line they have a ton of different flavors. But another cool thing is they have flavors that you can combine for nice combinations. For example, we have a strawberry ice, we have a lemon ice. We can combine that and get a strawberry lemonade. All right, so we're all filled up. Your typical batch when you start it, it's going to take about 15 minutes. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer when the barrel is warm because this is our first batch of the day. So to operate our timer here, you want to hit the set button, go up until your time is ready. Let's do 16 minutes. I'm going to add a minute because it's the first batch of the day, and I'm going to start my time. I come over here. You see we have viscosity, RPM, set and actual. Just want to introduce those to you. We're going to run at about 180 RPM. We want to turn our dasher on. Our dasher operates the dasher that I showed you in the machine. It's going to turn that without refrigerating. So I'm going to turn that on. Here our machine came on there. And then I'm going to turn my refrigeration on. That's the refrigeration switch. That's going to freeze the product. You know your compressor's on because the light came on. That's how you know that you're refrigerating the barrel and the ice. Go to my RPM here. My RPM operates the speed of the dasher. So I can go down to 130, or I can go all the way up to 230. Usually with the ice, I'm going to run at about, let's say 180, somewhere right in the middle, okay? Viscosity. Viscosity is, it measures how hard that dasher is turning to turn this product. Right now, it's not working that hard. It's at a viscosity of 8. The more frozen the ice gets, the harder that'll work, okay? Nice part about our V options, our B12V, we have these features. And these features allow us to add a little bit of science into the art of making product. So, this Italian ice, I might take it out at a viscosity of, let's say, 25, 26. When I know that cotton candy ice from the Philadelphia Premium Italian Ice Base is at 26, I could actually set my viscosity at 26, right? Go to the set section, and then when the motor reaches that viscosity, it'll shut off my compressor, and I'll know that the product's done. If I get a phone call or a customer, I get pulled away, and the viscosity goes back down because the product is warmed up, the compressor will come back on. So it'll meter that 26. It helps me as an owner be able to teach and train my employees how to make the product consistently every time using the machine as a guide. So I'm actually just going to go to actual viscosity. That's not setting it. That's just telling me what the viscosity is, and this thing will continue to freeze until I take it out.